We have to go to the mainland for an appointment for our other dog, and we have to take the ferry across. I thought it would be cool just to show you how accessible the ferry is. So let's go, divas. I'm just in the accessible washroom right now. It is showcased as an all gender bathroom, which I'm okay with that too. I will say this was quite far from where I was sitting. I was sitting at the front of the boat, and I want to say maybe right now I'm in the middle of the boat. As I was passing to come here, there was quite a few bathrooms, and I'm sure they had an accessible stall within that bathroom, but I wanted to check this out. So they have an automatic door, they have the pull down bar if you need it for your left side. I just need it for my right side, so it's on the wall. They have the string there just in case for an emergency. The big red light is to indicate that the door is locked. And press the button below it to open the door. There's quite a bit of room in here. If you're in a wheelchair and you need to roll around, it's quite spacious in here, but I know a lot of people say that there should be a changing table for someone who is larger than a small child, so maybe they have that somewhere else, but this is pretty nice. Oh, and of course, roll down sink. And yes, I'm matching my cane. I have only recently moved to BC, and I live on an island, so I need to take a ferry every once in a while to the mainland. And that is something that I really wanted to look into, is if I got any sort of discount or accommodation on the ferry. So I went on to the BC Ferry's website to see if there was any accommodation for disabled riders, and there was. There's a form that you can fill out online, and it's called the Accessible Fare Identification Card, and it's just a little card like this that you present. Says this card is non-transferable. By using this card, the holder agrees to all terms and conditions under which it is issued. This card is the property of BC Ferry Services Incorporated, and the card holder agrees to surrender